G'day Flight Simmers. Here I'm sitting in the waiting lounge at the Mactan Cebu Airport in the Philippines. That's MACTAN hyphen CEBU. ICA AO code is Romeo Papa Victor Mike. And I'm waiting for my aircraft to fly me up to Manila. Manila Airport ICAO code is Romeo Papa Lima Lima, and I've been waiting here for a while, but for some reason the aircraft hasn't turned up. Well, hang on, there it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Oh. Well, that's because we're in a flight sim and this isn't the real world. So this freeware airport is not really designed to show up everything perfectly. I'm going up and have a look at it. I've got an ortho tile around it as well, just to make things look a bit better. It's only a single runway. And Cebu is actually located down towards the southern part of the Philippines, amongst all the islands that they have. I think it's Philippines is called an island archipelago, a bit like Japan. It's not bad for freeware. And the ortho gives it a little bit of upgrade. Looks like I even have a CBD over there somewhere. And also I noticed is that the, I assume it's Philippine Air Force, uses this air base as well for their C-130 Hercules, and I'm not quite sure what that particular aircraft is there. Someone could probably let me know if they identify it. It looks like a couple of trainer aircraft over there. Don't know why they've got Second World War D-Day victory stripes on there, but yeah, it's modelled quite well. I think this shows a lot of dirt and oil on the apron area. Yeah, so today I'm taking the IXEG Boeing 737-300 Philippines livery. In actual fact, I don't think they ever did have any 737 Boeings, and I think today Philippine Airlines flies only Airbuses on their major routes. Anyway, let's get inside and start a few things up. And I should mention that I've had about 2 or 3 flights before this one, and I had some problems with the aircraft that seemed to crop up. I don't know whether it's because I upgraded the latest X-Plane update to 4.1, I think it is. So that's why I'm taking it out again today, to see whether the problem is mine, or what I actually did was I reloaded the aircraft entirely. So hopefully it all works out well, but anyway, we'll see. Yeah, we're off to a bad start already, are we? Yeah, the ground power, nothing works. It's not a bloody good start, is it? There we go. Don't know why it did that. Okay, so we should have ground power. And because that can sound a little bit loud and overpowering, I'm going to turn the cockpit sound level down a bit. Hopefully you can hear my voice. I don't know what's going on with it. Now that's better. We got 7 minutes before alignment. Get our window heat on. I'll get that thing out of the way. We'll get our galley power on. Because it's probably hot outside, I'll put on the recirculating fan. We'll get down the FMC Quick Smart and we'll put in our reference airport, which again is Cebu, and that's Romeo Papa Victor Mike. And Manila is Romeo Papa Lima Lima. SimBrief have given me a route. Activate that. We've got a flight number today of Papa Alpha Lima for Philippines 18. Execute it. Looks like a direct to Moloch. That's an airway, and then our last waypoint is Condi. Right, before we fill in POS in it, we've got to go and do all our load up. Care of SimBrief, we've got a block fuel there of 14473. Come back on that one. There, and we've got our zero fuel weight is 10364. 103, yeah, okay. No, 36. Okay, we'll hit instant to refuel the aircraft. Don't need that anymore, and we've got to then put in the zero fuel weight up here, which is 103.96, and that should show us our gross weight 118, which is a little bit over what SimBrief said is 117, but we'll go with that. Reserves 2. Cost index 7. Going to cruise at flight level 300. And our cruising wind is 091 degrees. That speed brake gets in the way there. 015. Got an outside temperature of -29 for the ISA. Transit altitude for the Philippines is 11,000. Execute. Do our limits. Okay, D rate 18.5. Climb 2. That'll that selection. execute, takeoff, 133, 135, 144, we've got 3.4 as our trim, just check that, 1, 2, 3, little bit hot, come to about there, and we may as well put our V-speed V1 up there in the MCP, 133. And while I'm up here, I'm going to turn on flight direct. It's probably a bit early, but altitude 10, I'm happy with that. Now looking at my charts, runway heading, we'll have to wait to see what runway that's going to be. And to do that, let me see. Looks like I messed up my keys. This will do. Let's go and have a look at, first off, we'll go and have a look at our weather. Active skies up and running. And this is the debriefing. And for this airport, it's looks like we've got 050 at 3 knots. A few clouds at 2000, broken at 10, overcast 250. We've got an outside temperature here of 30 degrees Celsius, that'll be. Not surprising, it's Philippines. QNH is 1009. So if we're looking at 050 degrees for the weather direction. So let's get it up. And was Romeo, Papa, Victor, Mike. Let's look at our airport. Okay, there we go. That's us sitting at the gate. And if we're looking at 050 degrees, the wind that's going to be coming from this way, so that means 04 is going to be our departure. And if we can back at our legs, our first waypoint is Maloc. We'll see if that shows up on this. And look at our departures, and we'll look for a Maloc. There's one, we've got 1 or 2, so one will be from one end of the runway. Try this one first. Well, there's Maloc, so let's have a look. Oh, damn that. Next one. So 04 is going to be down this end, so if we're going that direction, it looks like one of the departure of the SIDS is going to be all the way up to Maloc. That'd be the logical one to take. So here we go. Departure 04. And let's look for Maloc. I'm guessing that's it there. We can check that out anyway. No transitions. Put it in. And have a look at, we've got some intercepts. I might just do away with some of those. It's going to be fairly straight out departure. Okay, so that sorts that out. We can do a quick, is it aligned? Just double check that. No, 1 minute to go. Now, because I'm flying the IXEG and I know it has problems with the FMC, where it does not like you to enter in a new star once you're up in the air. That's just one of the bugs that I believe is being addressed for the next update, whenever that comes out in 10 years. So what we could do is, while we're waiting for that, let's say we go ahead and have a look at the weather situation at Manila. Okay, so here we go. We're looking at the wind is coming from 060, pretty close to what's happening at Cebu. And a few clouds, 25, pretty much the same sort of setup. 29 degrees outside. We've got a QNH exactly the same one, 009. Okay, so it's going to be the same direction. Let's have a look. And we'll go back and have a look for go back here to the search. Hit enter. Ninoy Aquino International. I think he used to be the president. So if you're the big man at the top, you can always have an airport named after you. Let's have a look at our arrivals first and see, well, better duck down and have a quick look and see what we've got a Condi as our final waypoint. So we'll look for a Condi, and we've got one here already. Well, we're going to be coming up from the south, so that's cool. We're going to be coming up this way. Where's our airport? Where's our runways? Oh, right up here. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing even without looking at runway numbers, that wind was about 60 degrees. It's going to be that way. So it's going to be this one at the end, more than likely. Go back to have a look at the airport. That's the information. Okay, so if we're going to be getting a 60-degree wind coming this way, we've got a 06 as the likely contender. Okay, and we'll be able to come back to all our actual approaches later. Okay, so we're going to be looking at star into 06. And handily, it's an ILS approach at 6. I will click that. I'm going to look for a Condi. I'm guessing that's the one. We'll see. Don't want any transitions. Not yet anyway. Just have a look at this. Execute it. Legs. Yep. So far, so good. Now that we're aligned at last, and while I'm here, so QNH is already on 1009. We just fix it up on the backup. Have a look over at our first officer, and he's already on 1009. So let's go through the modes. Be this one. Here's our steps. Oh, that's a bit of a mess. Looks like it's doing a lot of circling around. It doesn't make sense at all. Can't see any obvious discos there. go back and start again. We'll bring that, that's already down to 20 nautical miles. Go through the steps. It looks like it wants to go straight into MIA and then do a turn, so I think that MIA's shouldn't be there. So I'm going to see what happens here. We'll overwrite that one. Doesn't look any better, does it? Oh, hang on a minute, might have cleared things up a bit. Just start again and go through our steps. Oh, that's a missed approach too. But that does look better. Like I said, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the fact that the IXEG does have this problem with changing the FMC while you're in flight. So might just have to go with that, I hope. Doesn't look really good, but might be able to tidy it up as we get along. Don't want to be sitting here any longer than we are. Okay, well, let's get some. This one, let's get the APU up and running. We should have our position light on, and while that's firing up on the APU, we'll get the passengers seated. I'll put the packs on for the moment. We'll fix up our altitude here. It's 30,000. And looking at our altitude here, 30, we've got a 5.1 on the cabin altitude. And let's say I'll leave it at 50 feet for the landing altitude because I'm pretty certain Manila's not hasn't got a high elevation. So it looks like our APU gen buses are available. Get the APU bleed on over there. Let's have a look at our MCP again. Everything's pretty right here. Heading. Runway heading. I'm just going to look at my chart. It's 46 degrees. Okay. Might as well do our RTO. Make sure we've executed that. Let's get out of our steps at the moment. Just going to go back to our legs page, and I'm going to bypass some of this and just go straight to Manok. There we go. Yeah, it's just along and straight out. Let's get out of here. That looks like it's still set up nicely to go.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
So runway 04 is down here, and that pushback is going to be over to here, so we can go down to that that taxiway. Let's get a move on.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay, so we're going to be coming out this way, turning that direction, and it looks like we've got to get on to taxiway Bravo all the way down to runway 04, holding point at Kilo. Look out for the birds. So it's actually called MAC-10, even though it's MAC-10.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
I'll leave that up. Let's get our anti-coll on there. Everything else is looking good. We get our yaw damper on now in case I forget.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
EGT, sorry, N2 rising. There we go. Heading up at 25, we'll introduce the fuel. There we go. Over to continuous for that fellow. Flight controls. Yeah, okay. N2 rising here. Outside temperature 30 degrees. Coming up 25 in a minute. There we go. Fuel in there. Flaps set to 5. Okay, continuous. Engine gens on. APU is off. APU bleed can come off. Packs can come back on. Auto. Hydraulics we can do. Gen switch can go over to Gen 2. Pitot can come on. That looks pretty right. We'll head over to flight here. And I might put the cabin air temp over. Outside, let's have a listen.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, while he's doing that, flight controls we can check. All the way forward, all the way back, all the way left and all the way right. And we can see our pedals.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Thank you. And we've got flaps green light. Here. And trim, yep, we already set the trim and the cabin report. Old cabin ready to go. There he is, he's going to give us a finger. Brake off. I'm going to put on the strobe. Bit early, but little bit touchy on the pedals. A little bit touchy. There's our Philippine Air Force over there. There's no ATC on today. Very rarely is there any ATC in the Philippines. So we've got our Q&H set nicely. One thing I should have done, which I can probably do very quickly here, is set our bugs. That one should be, that second one there should be down to V1. This one up here can go at 80 to let us know we're alive. This one here can go for V2, I think it's about 142. And I put this one here, if I can grab him. I put it on 250 because that's normally the climb out rate. bit touchy on the steering and the brakes on this aircraft. You really got to watch it. That's something I hope they fix up in their next update. Let's get out. Very touchy on the brakes. Auto throttle can come on. So I'll probably do a rolling start on this. Plenty of runway. Okay, let's get our power up to about 40%. There we go. And we can hit the toga button. Well, airspeeds are well and truly alive, and we don't tell me already at V1. That was quick, very quick. Just come up a bit and match that red line. That'll stop the speed a bit. Positive rate, and we put our gear up. Might get up that flaps one notch at least, and probably two. And we've got to steer now. I'm pan flying up. Quick look outside. Get onto course. Up to around about 190, we can give a full flaps up. Yep, we'll do that. We're up at 2,500, so let's see if we can get our LNAV up and running. Let's see if VNAV will come on. Not yet. Let's look at our map. We're heading off to Manok. Don't know why we want a level change. VNAV doesn't want to come on. Might have to get up a bit higher. Yeah, it's in. I'll get that down there. Coming up 5,000. Still no VNAV available. $5,900. Start valve open. It doesn't want to work. And this is a problem I had before. Showing N1. Vertical speed up to about 2,000 feet a minute. And bring back the vertical speed a bit. We're on track though. And 6,000 and above at Malik, so we're not breaking any restrictions. I might just try a direct approach to Moloch, see what happens. That's how slow the IXEG FMC is. It's very slow. I see we've got no altitude here, that might be the problem. No, VNAV still doesn't want to come on. I think we're levelling off now, so we'll bring that up to 30. It's got no altitude in there, could be the problem. Gotta wait for this thing to execute. Okay, let's see what happens now. Over 10, climbing up. There we go. It didn't like no altitude. The FMC just couldn't read it. Let's make sure she keeps climbing. How's our speed? It's going up now. To Moloch we should be at 289 knots and up to flight level 300. Speeding up now. We could be climbing a lot faster though. And we'll get our landing lights off. And I didn't put on the seat belts. That's typical. Let's go back and have a look. Now we're starting to move. I'll turn that sound down a bit. Always does this when you fiddle around with the sound. go outside and it cuts off for some reason. Now we're getting up there. Let's have a look. I've set the flight level 3004 Moloch. It's got 20 nautical miles to get there. QNH, by the way, should be back at 211 to Barrow. Let's have a look on this side. I'll go and set up a few things here. Good. Top of climb. I see top of descent here. So it's going to be pretty well, when we get up, we're going to be going down. Okay. Now, I'm not really happy with that star, so I'm just going to have another look at all of this. I'm going to bypass here. Yep. Let's go through our modes. Yeah, it looks like a pretty tight turn there. That's at Sagra. IML 78. It's going to be a real tight turn. Okay. We'll have a look and see what it says here. And get rid of all of our Cebu details. Isn't that one there? We can leave that one. That's Manila. Okay. Now look at our approaches. ILS runway 06. So we're D7.8, didn't I see that there? No. I think that could be it. Okay, let's just have a get ourselves sorted, because I think it's going to be a quick descent. So we've got our frequency is 109.1, and we've got a course of 061. Missed approach would be track along that 061 at 1000 and then turn right to intercept the MIA VOR, radial 145 at 4000, turn right for holding at MIA VOR as instructed. In other words, that's where we go if we've got to do missed approach. And it looks like our entry will be for the glide slope will be 2500. There's a VOR there. That's could be for the missed approach, is it? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, that's all right. Let's get our frequencies in. We better watch that. Coming up on top of climb now. We're still at 26,000. Getting there. Okay, it's 109.1. Okay, that's set. And our course was 061. Now we go back and have a look at our decision heights. For the ILS, we've got a 280 for our barometer, 264 for our radio, 280, okay. Now that's in hundreds of feet, so that'd be 100, 280 is going to be about there. And to do the decision height for the radio, we go down here. Obviously you don't need to do both, but I don't mind. Okay, coming up top of climb. The IXEG may not have F mod, but you've got to give it to them. That fly past is probably one of the best. see when I come back inside, the sound drops back off again. So you got to just pull this one around, master sound. Not quite sure why it does that. Alright, let's have a look. See how close top of descent is. Yeah, about another 100 miles. And we can double check that. There we go, 119. I'll put this one on cruise. While we're here, we're just going to have a look and see what our VREFs should be. And there's our frequency, of course, and our course. And it's 134 at 40 degrees. And on 5, it's 139 is our VREF. And I'm going to put some fixed rings in. I've got to move it because of that speed brake. $20, 10, 5. Good. I suppose we really need to look at all these airports there. Maybe some nav aids. Here's some VORs. Did I put our strobe on? Yeah, I did. How's our passenger temperature? Up near the 30 mark. It's probably a bit warm. Let's say we cool them down a bit. They might now drop down to about 20, I hope. Looking at one of my charts, the airport elevation at Manila is 75 feet. Well, we'll set that. Okay, so we had our altitude set for flight level 300, which according to the chart here, it's 5.1 for cabin altitude. We've got our flight button on. All our gens are set. That one surely could come over to there. And we've got all our window heat on and our pitot heat. We've got our yaw damper on. The galley's got power. I'll turn the no smoking sign off, but I will leave it on auto. got all our runway lights off, taxi lights off. Little pumps are on. Here, one of the many islands in the Philippine archipelago. Again, got to adjust that sound. Yeah, see, there we go. That air conditioning can be a bit loud sometimes. Didn't start the timer, did I? I normally edit my videos so that at cruising height you don't have to sit and just wait until we reach top of descent, but because this is a short flight I just thought I'd keep it going, and we're getting close to that now. Out of just over, looks like about 50, 60 nautical miles. And just going back and having a look at our approach altitude of 2,500. And I can set that in now already. I'll be very happy if IXEG put some sort of a scroll device in that rather than grab and pull. Now I like also to adjust our headings all the time as we're going along. So this should be on 327. And of course the reason I do that is pretty obvious. If for some reason LNAV fails, autopilot goes off, or switch it on to heading, you don't want it heading off in any direction. You'd obviously like to stay on the course until you can sort it out. There's that sound drop out again. What was that up there? Oh, it's just a dirty mark on the windscreen. "31 nautical miles. Now I'll be happy if this aircraft descends by itself. Like I said earlier, a lot of islands around the Philippines. And I was quite surprised that there were some good freeware airports available on the org store. Don't know why I'm getting this flicking here. Looks like it's trying to show the winds aloft. We do have weather radar. I'll see if it's working. I'm getting some frame hits here for some reason. That's the terrain select there instead of the weather radar. And the weather radar should come on when we pull that across. Let's have a look. Nothing showing yet. Yeah, we're coming to top of descent. Still another 5 nautical miles. And down we go. Follow the phantom throttles down on the right hand side there. Okay, we're descending nicely. I'll go ahead now and set our auto brake to 2. Now we'll get our passengers seated. Now QNH for Manila was 1009 the last time we looked at it, so we'll double check. Let's do a refresh on that. Here we go, other conditions, blah blah blah. 109, so that stays the same. Okay, down to Condi and at roughly 2 nautical miles, 150 and above. Well, we're well above. We've got another 29 nautical miles to get down to 10 or above, then 6 and or above. So we've got to be at 2,500 in the next 50, 60, roughly 60 nautical miles. So we're going to be pushing. It hasn't called for speed brake yet. I'm just going to have to watch that. Yes, so between Pablo and Banos, it's only 11 nautical miles. So we've got 4,000 feet to play with. Obviously, it'd be good to be 6 or above. Yeah, it's only 4 to play with, so just have to watch that. If we're at, say, 15,000 feet at Pablo, then we've got to drop 9 to get to Banos at 6. We really have to watch it. Get our bugs out of the... damn that. And we'll set one at BREF, which is 139. Should we set one at 240? Get out of the way. Damn, I hate that thing. And then we'll set one for our VRF. $16,000 and don't think we're going to get there. Yeah, it hasn't called for a speed brake yet, so the FMC's quite happy so far. I don't think we're going to make 10, but it's 10 or above. I'd say we might get it to 12. It's happy with 2,000 feet a minute. And I think that's our descent bar there. It looks like it's on track. Yep, it's doing okay. And a bit of rain there. And this aircraft does have windscreen rain, if I remember right. Enable rain ice on the windscreen. Let's come down a bit with master sound. Here's our 20 nautical mile ring fix. See, 12,000. Now it wants drag. So yep, I was right, 12,000. So with drag on, we might get it down to 6. And see, Banos is on the 20 nautical mile ring, which is normal for how they place a lot of these waypoints. Speed's coming down to 60 at the moment. We've got to be down to 240. That's where I set one of my bugs. Okay, we're at transition height is 11, so we can go 1009 on the backup. And on our invisible first officer. Our speed is even dropping down below the 200. This is good. Down to 212. And we're going to be staying, no, he's going to speed us back up to a bit, I think. Yep, there it goes, back up to the 240 or close by. Now I'll just check to make sure that we've got enough bank angle on this aircraft. Oh, not that one. It's always difficult to get in, turn that one. And 30, there we got 30 up here. Now what I might do, how we're going, still drag. Now of course it's going to be 061 in, so I'll do our heading that way now. In case we've got to do a go around. Now we're going for height. We've got 20 nautical miles to get down to 2,500. Speed is coming down. Might have to help it a bit, we'll see. Roughly 20 nautical miles to get down to 2,500, and we're at 8. Speed's to 16, we can take our first flap. We can take the speed brake off. Now looking for the green banana. Drag again. Speed 208. I'm going to take another flap. We need to flap 5. Sorry, flap 2. Come on, come down. Yeah, still 14 nautical miles. And we better get some lights on and get over to continuous. Already seat belts are on, everything's right up top. We definitely want to be 2,500 when we make that turn. Speed coming down, 189. Oh, speed sound just went off again. Gone quiet all of a sudden. That's odd. Oh well. It's coming back now. And we could take our flaps 5 now. Don't need that speed brake for the moment. I'm looking for our green banana and I can't find it. How are we going here? 6 miles, 6 nautical miles, 2,500. We've got 180 on the speed. Because it's going to be a tight... Oh, there's a green banana. It shows us we should be at 2,500 just before the turn. Look outside. There's that sound going again. Bit of a nuisance that. Okay, we're nice and close here. What have we got? 162 speed. 174, it's coming back up again. Vertical speed, it's close to 1,000 a minute. Nearly ready for our turn. I'm going to drop the gear now. And I'll go flaps 10. Picking up the localizer. It should have dropped down further on the altitude. I'd like to be at 2,500. I really do want to be at that. Speed will come up a bit, but that's okay. There's our turn. And we're coming down to the there's our glide slope, our bug. Hopefully that'll come down in a second.
2,500.
The speed brake. And our bug's coming down. So we can hit the approach. I'm going to capture the glide slope, I hope. No, we didn't. Okay, it's a hands-on. Speed will come down. No, we lost that. My aircraft. Right off target there, look at that. The localizer didn't bring us over. So we got flaps 30 anyway, and our speed will drop off. That's way off. I need that speed to come down.
1,000.
Check.
Flight
Yeah.
slow.
Yes, I know. It's a bit late for that though.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Tell me about it.
Flight slow. 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 400. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Some trees there to worry about. Can't see any pappy lights.
Minimum
Check. Continue.
200.
Bit high.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Bit off the centre line. Yeah, it's a bit twitchy on the braking. We very twitchy on the braking. Oh, it could have been worse. Oh, that's steering. That's steering. Okay. Let's get our flaps up, clean this aircraft up. I think that came on. Let's find out where we are. Over there. Okay, just let's have a look at our airport map, eh? So we're here, and I think this is where our terminal is. So we're going to have to continue here and then turn left. I think we might have to cross one of the runways, but we'll see. Okay, flaps are up. Now we can get him off. That's probably international over there. I've no idea where the domestic one is. It looks like maintenance over there. I think we're right going this way. We'll grab the first one we can find, which is going to be here. I don't think there's any marshaller here, or any automatic gates. Let's see what happens. I'll go outside and see if I can keep this one straight. Not the best, but that'll do us. Get down there and put that brake on from here. Yep. Okay, let's pick up top, get that fellow off. Let's get our APU going. And the strobe was off. We can put on leave our position light and collision. Yep, that looks right there. Your damper can come off. Your pedo can come off. And the electrics can come off. And we can dump all of those except one. And see what happens if the gate comes over, right? No such, flaps all the way up. I didn't put them up. And doesn't look like it. Oh, I'm going to turn off the weather radar. Let's have a look outside it. No. Doesn't look like the auto gate works. So what can we do now? We can go and have a look and see how good or bad the landing was. Bit of a flare there and a little bit of a, wasn't too bad. Let's have a look from over here. I had to dodge those trees. They shouldn't be there. No, just save that in time. Well, not on the centre line, but can't say it was a bad landing. It did say acceptable, so it's better than hard. Okay, let's have a look at that from here. You can see those trees there. And one from the tower. Look, behind the trees already. Okay, that's 5. Here we are. This Manila Airport, by the way, too, is freeware. And I've got a couple of ortho tiles around. But whoever did the airport should have chopped those trees out of the way. Look at how close they are. Your nose up a bit there, but it turned out pretty good. It's still a bit of a sound problem with this program. Like I say, possibly if they have an Fmod set up, see it cuts in now. Just check those engines are definitely off. Oh, they're just winding down there because of the replay. Now we get our turn off our flight director. Should have done that before. Yeah, everything looks okay. Right, that finishes this. I think the only thing I probably messed up was the approach. Just looking back now, I think probably I should have looked closer at the start and have come in at a bit further out for that approach to the runway. It just left me a bit too high to get the ILS locked in. Otherwise that wasn't too bad. A little bit of a problem at the start with the VNAV, but I'm not going to blame the FMC on that one. That was I should have looked a lot closer at the legs, because there wasn't an altitude in one of those waypoints, and my reasoning is that the FMC can't do anything unless there is an altitude. So once I was able to put in the altitude, everything worked well, so I can't really say the FMC is all that bad. Sure, it doesn't like you to be re-entering stars and waypoints in while you're in flight, but there's a promise from IXEG that they're going to fix that problem together with some other bits and pieces. Otherwise, I hope you got some enjoyment out of that. And part of the reason I took this flight was I just wanted to see whether the new upgrade from Laminar, whether that would have any, the update, sorry, have any effect on the some of these aircraft. But from that flight, I can't say it really did. So, till next time, thanks for watching again, and see ya.